Hi everyone, welcome back to Learning Bridge. I hope you guys are doing good and staying safe. So guys, we are back again with a new video of this data engineering series. I know guys, I have promised to share all the relevant things related to big data and data engineering, and I am working on that. In the coming days, definitely we will be covering and learning so many things regarding big data, demos, tech stack, frameworks, architecture. So we will cover all the things, but I'm not a big fan to pick random things and create content regarding that. I love to learn things and to teach things in a sequence so that people could connect each and every component of it. First, I would like to explain few basic terminologies that is very important to know, because in the coming videos definitely these terminologies will be used again and again. So it would be good if we are aware with that. And to initiate that thing, our today's video is going to be about horizontal and vertical scaling. Before that, we will talk about scaling. I'm pretty sure some of you might have heard about this term while reading about system design interviews or any system design question. And guys, trust me, it is really important to know about scaling, because these kind of questions or these kind of statements interviewer will ask you. Let's say he asked you to design any architecture or any data pipeline, then he or she will definitely ask you that your solution should be highly scalable and optimized. So that's why it is very important to know about these terminologies. What is scaling? So I will try to explain these terminologies in very layman term and by taking any examples. So scaling basically means increasing and decreasing the capacity of a system based on the requirement. And there are two types of scaling. First one is vertical scaling and second one is horizontal scaling. So let's talk about the vertical scaling first. In vertical scaling, we use to increase the capacity of a single machine by adding some external components. So we know in a machine there is CPU, there is RAM, there is hard disk and graphic cards and all these stuff. So let's say sometimes your laptop and computer is performing slow. So definitely you will add more RAM, more hard disk and extra graphic cards to increase the performance of your machine. So here we added the external components in the existing machine to increase its performance and capacity. We all know in the big data we will be dealing with gigabyte, terabyte and petabytes of data. So let's say if there is 10-15 GB of data, we can process it in a single machine, not a big deal. But when it comes to 100 GB or 1 TB and 1 petabyte of data, then definitely that thing cannot be handled by a single machine. And the very important point is that every machine has some limitation, that beyond some point we cannot increase its capacity. So that's why vertical scaling was not solving the problem of distributed computation and distributed system designs. And here comes the horizontal scaling. So in the diagram you guys can see there are multiple instances of same machine. And how horizontal scaling works, so let me explain it with an example. I will take an example of Amazon e-commerce. Let's say Amazon.com just started and it is dealing with the 20,000 customers only. So obviously if we are supposed to store data of 20,000 customers, we can simply store it in a single machine. And if we are supposed to do any kind of computations on the customer data, then definitely we can write code for it and it will work completely fine on our single machine. Now Amazon's business started growing and every week there is a huge spike in customer data. Earlier it was 20,000. Now let's say after a week it is 100k. After 1 month it is 10 million. After 1 year it is 100 million. So obviously data is growing very fast and very rapidly. So obviously beyond certain point we cannot increase capacity of a particular machine. So what we will be doing there, we will be adding extra machines into our system so that we can handle large amount of data and we can compute, we can perform certain computation on that particular data sets in a distributed environment. That's why scaling is basically increasing and decreasing the capacity of a system based on the requirement. I mean, whenever there is a spike, we can instantly add some extra machines in our system and our system will run fine. And let's say we need to work on smaller data or data size is decreasing, then definitely we can remove some extra machines from our system and save the cost as well. And these extra machines are known as commodity hardware. It could be anything, your laptop, a dummy machine having some amount of CPU, storage and RAM. And in big data terminologies, we call these commodity hardware as node. And the group of these nodes and chunk of these nodes is known as cluster. And trust me guys, when I started my career in this big data domain, I was so confused about these terminologies like what is node, cluster, master slave architecture, masterless architecture, scaling, optimization, high scalability, high availability. I was so confused about these buzzwords. That's why I thought to create some videos where I will be covering these basic terminologies, so that when we will be diving deep into the frameworks, tech stack and demos, at least you guys can understand what I am talking about. And guys, in the big data domain, whatever frameworks, tools and whatever things are built nowadays, they are completely horizontal scalable. That means we can scale our solution at any particular point of time. And guys, as an exercise, what I would recommend you to read some good blogs and watch some YouTube videos about load balancing. It will give you very good idea about these scaling terminologies more. And apart from that, you guys can also look on some good blogs about the master slave architecture and masterless architectures, because it will help you to quickly understand all the points which I will be discussing in my coming videos. So that's it for today's video guys. I hope your thoughts about vertical and horizontal scalings are clear. If still there is any doubt, please feel free to put it in the comment section. I will definitely answer them. If you like the video, press the thumb icon and share the video. And if you are new to the channel, then hit the subscribe button, press the notification icon, so that you never miss an update about any new video. So let's meet on next Wednesday. Till then, stay safe, stay home.